Hi guys, in this video we are going to deploy our application, our project. So in the previous video of this playlist, inside our we have created the EC2 worker, and the last step was push the project image to ECR that we have already completed it in the previous video. So in this video we are going to use this image inside our Kubernetes cluster. So and we will deploy it and can access it via Ingress NGINX Ingress controller using the load balancer service. So that's going to be today's steps, and in the next video and the final video we are going to polish this app and add something important. S but in this video the major chunk of this project will be completed is the deploy the application into an Kubernetes cluster. So let's get started. Let's build a checklist. Deploy to KTS cluster. So what will be the first step? We will install Helm and kubectl inside worker, by which we can use the Helm chart and use the kubectl commands is to create the pods deployments. And second, we will create a EKS cluster. Third, get access of EKS cluster inside worker. And fourth is going to install NGINX Ingress controller in KTS cluster. And the fifth will be deploy our project using Helm. Sixth, add a custom domain. Yeah, that's it. That's the major parts of this video. So let's get started. So go to your worker. So the first step will be install Helm and kubectl. Let's install Helm. Helm install. Installing Helm. We have to run this command. Go to your worker. If you write Helm repo list, you can see no repository to show. Helm is working fine. Let's install the kubectl kubectl. Install Ubuntu Linux. That's the AWS docs. Install we will install this 1.35. The next command, verify it. Let's leave the verify part. You can verify it, but for me it always works, so I will not verify it. And our kubectl is installed. If I write kubectl get pods, you will see so the kubectl is installed. It is giving error because there's no EKS cluster is running. If you write kubectl only the kubectl command, it will give a long list, means it is installed. So that's the first part of completed. Install Helm, and second is create an EKS cluster. That's an EC2 instance because I'm using this to create an EC2 EKS cluster, because I have given a role to this instance for the AWS administrator access. So that's why I'm using this instance. You can configure your local machine by using the AWS CLI and create a user and write AWS configure command, and you can give access key and secret access key. So I've already done this step. If you don't know how to do it, you can watch my Kubernetes playlist. When I set up an EKS cluster video, I will give a link, add a card of that video, so don't worry. So I will, and yeah, you can watch that video. There are multiple things, like you have also installed, you need EKS cluster command line tool to create EKS cluster. So we will write EKSCTL create cluster, name will be create as, let's give it a region AP South 1, node type t3.small, means the EC2 instance type, and nodes, minimum nodes 2, the maximum nodes 3. Yeah, that's it. It will create an EKS cluster, and it will take a very much good time, like around 10 to 15 minutes. So this step is also done, means it is in pending. So next is get access. So we cannot get access of our EKS cluster because it is getting created, and there is an step missing. So third step will be clone the Helm chart and add it inside the script, and fourth will be complete the script, like adding namespace and deploy Helm chart. This step will be the 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th. Let's clone the Helm chart. If you see my Kubernetes playlist, I have already created an Helm chart. So if you have not seen that video, I will drop a card. You can see that video how you can create this chart. I will created in that playlist. So let's go to my repository and copy this repository. Let me clear it and let me clone. ls move ops repo it staging Helm. Next step, chart to the chart. You can see cd chart. Yeah, that's correct. Let's move this chart to Vercel clone worker chart. rmrf this ops repo it. Go to your Vercel clone worker ls. You will see a chart, and now go to your command.sh. The last step was of the previous video that we have pushed the image to the ECR. Now we will setting up Helm chart. So we have in Helm we have to give a release name. So let's write a release name will be app job ID, and we will create this every specific project in an isolation. So we will create a namespace for every project that we are deploying in an EKS cluster for the isolation, because in the next video we will see how can we add these environment variables as the secret. So we will keep those secret as a isolation in the isolated project. So that's a good habit. Keep your things running in an isolated environment. So let's release namespace. That's going to be namespace name, and let's copy the chart repository. chart. Next we will creating project namespace, and we will write a command kubectl create namespace or ns, whatever you want to call. So this command will create a namespace, and inside this namespace we will install this application Helm. We'll write a command Helm upgrade install. I've already make a video about Helm, how this Helm command works, what is this kubectl. View my Kubernetes Helm upgrade install. Let's give it a release name. That's correct, and give the chart location that we have already copied inside the project, and in what namespace do you want to run these resources, like pods, deployments. If you can see, there's deployment, ingress, service, where you want to run this inside an isolated environment. So inside our namespace, let's give it, if you see the values, you can delete the values if you want. We are not going to use these values. This image.repository, what's our repository? This is the ECR. So let's give it a repository by a command set image dot repository what's our repository? That's the repository URL. If you copy, and that's our repo name. Copy this, paste it. Now we will set image dot tag. What's the tag? We are using the job ID tag. Next, set app dot name. What will be the release name? This will be the release name. And the replica count 1. Set service dot enable true, set. I will show what I where this variable I'm writing. So these are the custom variables, not because I have used this variable inside these templates. I will show you. First let me write service dot type, the service type cluster IP, because we are going to use the NGINX Ingress controller. Set service dot port 80, set ingress dot enabled true, set. I think there's no host added, we have to add also a host. Let's give a custom domain ingress dot host release name dot rsx dev dot co dot in. That's my domain. If you don't have any domain, so don't add this argument or parameter, and you can access your app via the load balancer NGINX Ingress load balancer IP, but it is recommended to use a host, so you have to create an domain. It's very cheap, you can create it on GoDaddy, that I have created for this YouTube channel. It's of around 99 for 1 year, 100 rupees only. Now give it a set ingress dot class name, the NGINX, set HPA dot enabled. We are not going to use HPA. You can learn about HPA in my Kubernetes playlist. And echo your app is deployed on. You can give this information to the user. We will do this front end part in the next video, so don't worry. App, the release name dot rsx dev dot co dot in. That's our script completed. Now let me change some, add a host. It will be dot values dot ingress dot host. होस्ट ही है ना, यस. और कौन कौन सी है? टू सर्विस, सर्विस डॉट पोर्ट, सर्विस डॉट टाइप, या and the deployment repository tag Yeah, this I have not added this. Where's your replica count? Add set image dot if not present. Added this. So let's test this out. Clear bun run index.ts. My front end is running. Let me get the URL, copy the URL, deploy it. There's some errors. No errors. See, building layer already exists. Yeah, so it will not deploy because we have no access of our EKS cluster that we have made. So that's why it is failed. Let me check. Come to your projects folder and you will see the chart is added. That's fine. Creating project namespace. So yeah, it's completed and you can delete the values.yaml. That's perfectly fine. And there's one thing, and also Docker images every time, because local image it is taking space, so make sure you free it up. You can add a command inside the script. We will add this in the next video. Do the polishing stuff. Before, let me delete this manually. Docker RMI tag. Deleted. That's it. So what's the next part? If we come to our this step has done, this all step also done. Now let's get access of our EKS cluster. Before that, go to IAM roles, Vercel clone worker, you have to give some permissions to this worker. Edit, visual, add EKS. For now, allow all actions, all resources. And copy this, not this worker policy, the worker ARN. Go to your cluster where you have created your cluster from the local machine or whatever instance you have given some permissions. Now go to your worker, let's clear the screen, and write this command. Let me zoom it out. AWS EKS update kubeconfig, name of the cluster, our cluster name is Kubernetes, and the region of the cluster AP South 1. Added new context, and now our worker stuff is done. If you go to your instance or local machine, here write a command kubectl edit config map AWS auth in the namespace kube system. Now I for insert, go inside the map roles, add a role ARN, copy a role ARN, paste it inside this, add a username like Vercel clone worker, add a groups, inside groups system colon masters. That's it. Escape colon WQ, it will automatically applied. Now go to your cluster, sorry, your worker machine, and write command kubectl get pods. You will see we have access of our EKS cluster. Now you can run commands kubectl get namespace. So that's our cluster inform cluster namespaces. So let's go to this part is also done. Next part is install NGINX Ingress controller. Copy this YAML. That's the Ingress NGINX control YAML. You can find it on the internet, or you can copy this link. I will give you in the description box or in the pinned comment. Go to your worker and write command kubectl apply -f this URL, and it automatically applied this. Now kubectl get service namespace this. You will see this is the load balancer IP. It will take some time, so let's wait. As you can see, it is working. Currently it is showing 404 not found because we are nothing routing to the any service, so that's why it is showing this home page of the NGINX. So now we have done this step, and the next step is let's add a custom domain. First, it's a simple step, so copy your external IP and go to your domain, add a new DNS record, cname, give it a star, give the value, save. Our DNS has been added. If you write anything .rsxdev.co.in, http .rsxdev.co.in. You can see it is working. Now we will add a host in the ingress file as this website name, our release name, app test job ID. So now run our function run index.ts. Go to your front end, deploy it, job failed, syntax error, unterminated quoting string. Let's see, line 71. It is giving this error, I think. Means if you write kubectl get namespace, our namespace is created, kubectl get all inside this namespace, no resources found. Why is that? Delete namespace. I think it is because, let me see. This gave big error because in the host I have added this colon but not added the end quote. Sorry, the not colon, the quote, double quotes. So now I've added this. Now let me add the double quotes inside this also. Yeah, everything is seems right. Now let me run that again. Go to your front end, send the message. Namespace created, your app is deployed, everything's work. If you go to your cluster, you can write this command from the worker also now because you have access of it. kubectl get namespace. You will see a namespace has been created. kubectl get all inside this namespace. See, our pod is running, service deployment up to date, available, ready, everything is running, and you can see the end line. Your app is deployed. Copy the URL, paste it. You can see our app is deployed on internet with just one click. Now come to this, we have deployed the project. So our video points are covered. In the next video we will see how can we see the lives log and see the errors and the logs of the build like the Vercel, and we will see how can we create the secrets of these environment variables that we are going to send. How can we use inside the Docker file the dummy environment variables with the same keys. As you know, sometimes Docker expects you to give environment variables during the build time, so we will give the environment variables as dummy value during the build. So that's it for the today's video. Thank you, and make sure if you have not understand about the Kubernetes, watch my Kubernetes playlist. You will have understand how these are getting work, how Helm works. You will get everything in that playlist. So thank you for watching this video. Make sure you like the video. Thank you.